The Battle of Stalingrad, fought between August 23, 1942 and February 2, 1943, was one of the most significant and brutal confrontations of World War II. Taking place in the Soviet city of Stalingrad, now Volgograd, this battle marked a turning point in the Eastern Front and in the entire war. The strategic decisions made by both Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union played a critical role in shaping the outcome. Here's a breakdown of the strategies involved. 1. Hitler's objectives and German strategy. Adolf Hitler's strategic goal was to seize the oil fields in the Caucasus and cut off the Soviet Union's economic lifeline. Stalingrad, situated on the Volga River, was a vital industrial city and transport hub. Controlling it would not only secure Germany's flank as it pushed south toward the oil-rich regions but also deliver a symbolic blow to Soviet morale, as the city bore the name of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. The German Sixth Army, under General Friedrich Paulus, was tasked with capturing the city. Initially, the German strategy focused on rapid advances and encirclement. However, as resistance stiffened, Hitler shifted to a policy of attrition and direct confrontation, ordering his forces to capture the city block by block, which led to intense urban combat. Key German tactical elements. Heavy use of the Luftwaffe German Air Force to bomb the city into rubble. Focus on street fighting and close-quarters combat. Refusal to allow retreat, even when German forces were overextended and undersupplied. This approach led to a grueling house-to-house battle that drained German resources and morale. 2. Soviet strategy, defense and counterattack. The Soviet High Command under Stalin and Marshal Georgy Zhukov adopted a dual approach: bleed the Germans dry in the city and prepare a massive counteroffensive. Key Soviet defensive strategies. Not a step-back policy. Retreat was prohibited, forcing soldiers to hold positions at all costs. Use of the devastated urban environment to neutralize German advantages in armor and air power. Infiltration tactics. Soviet troops operated in close proximity to Germans to avoid artillery and air strikes, hugging the enemy. As the Germans were bogged down in the city, the Soviets executed Operation Uranus, a large-scale pincer movement in November 1942. This surprise offensive targeted the weaker Romanian and Hungarian forces guarding the flanks of the German Sixth Army. Within days, the Soviets encircled over 250,000 Axis troops in Stalingrad. 3. The turning point, encirclement and collapse. The German command, under orders from Hitler, refused to allow a breakout. Instead, Hitler ordered Paulus to hold Stalingrad at all costs, believing the Luftwaffe could supply the encircled army by air, an enormous miscalculation. Soviet strategy during encirclement. Maintain tight ring around the trapped German forces, the Kessel, or cauldron. Starve the Germans of food, fuel and ammunition. Launch continuous attacks to wear down the trapped forces. Eventually, with supplies exhausted and resistance crumbling, Paulus surrendered on February 2, 1943. Over 90,000 German troops were taken prisoner. Only a fraction would survive Soviet captivity. 4. Strategic impact. The defeat at Stalingrad shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility. It marked the first major German loss on land and began a series of Soviet offensives that would push the Axis forces steadily westward until Berlin fell in 1945. Key consequences. Loss of an entire German army. Boost in Soviet morale and international credibility. Shift in momentum on the Eastern Front, putting Germany on the defensive.